Hey people, Inquisitor 53 Faction War. This is SDL Province and Chaos Space Marines versus Imperial Guard. The Blue Chaos team, Kata 8 is a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero walking through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, fighting mainly in melee combat, alongside desked with a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. Got some Emperor's Children going on here. And rounding off the team, Noob with a Plague Champion starts off with a damage over time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair. And Black Legion over here. Red Imperial Guard, we have Rambo with an Inquisitor, offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee but can get specialized ranged weapons, alongside Incubator with a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support, fighting in melee, begins with a Refractor Shield. We have the Armageddon Steel Legion elite scheme here. And rounding off the teams, Dark Archon as a Lord General, fighting in ranged combat, begins with the retinue of Stormtroopers, really strong defense and support, can also add to the retinue. Against the Plague Champion on the east side, we see some Nurgle worship there. Looks like Rambo pushing through the west, Chaos Lord busy capping, not going to be pleased with a bit of pawn worship. Sentinel does have the ground pound, and of course the Inquisitor has Hammer of Witches to shut down the Chaos Lord's movement. Heretics forced to retreat. Back on the east side, edging forward is Dark Archon. There's a whole bunch of lasguns, and Noob only has some Chaos Space Marines and those unupgraded Heretics. Behind heavy cover though with the Nurgle worship. Imperial Guard not really great at pushing aggressively early. I guess maybe they could use the Sentinel to run in, break that cover and get a stomp, open up some shots, try to focus down the Plague Champion maybe through the mid. Incubator pushing, might be able to get a decap here with the Sentinel maybe. Lord Commissar needs to retreat, most likely going to see the power sword for this fella against Chaos Space Marines, but you never know. A good dodge on those Doom Bolts there from Incubator. Rambo with a heavy weapon squad on the way. Noob with Havocs up. Double CSM for Kata, desked with double Heretics. And one of them already with grenade launchers. Can do some great work versus Guardsmen. Got more grenade launchers here for Kata. Area of effect damage. Good burst, and they can disrupt. West side is very red. Have the wreck point as well. Back to the mid though. Heretics being shot down by lasguns, but the Sentinel takes a bunch of damage trying to get closer. That's double grenade launchers now for desked. Maybe they could use the Chains of Torment in tier 2 to hold stuff in place for grenades. For all the launching, 451 to 500 very early on with a 2-to-1 cap for Imperial Guard. We have Incubator with some Catachan Devils. Nice little flank from Dark Archon. Imperial Guard might be able to get that central VP after all. Here comes Noob. Havoc's pushing up. They got their breakpoint decapped though, so that's going to slow down their advance a little bit to try and grab it back. Any war gear we can see. Nothing for the Chaos Lord, who runs off the west side. Nothing for the Sorcerer, nothing for the Plague Champion. There's a stomp. Stun, knockback, and a bit of damage on those Chaos Space Marines. And the crippling volley from the crossbow bolt pistol to control those CSM there. Keep them out of cover. Inquisitor is very low. Needs to be careful. Here comes the Lord Commissar, and does indeed have the power sword, giving him the awesome lead by example. +1 speed, disrupting special attacks, and he inspires on attack as well, much like the Force Commander's battle cry, but he gets the +1 speed. I also think it inspires for more. I think he gets a 20% inspiration on lead by example. And of course some power melee damage is always useful against Chaos Space Marines. We've got Noise Marines on the field now for desked. Also for Kata, that Sonic Blaster can shut down ranged attacks and deal heavy damage in an area. Good Doom Bolts. That would have been so painful if those guys didn't move back. Heavy Bolter on the field though for Incubator, allowed to set up and rebuffs those CSM double Heretics, and the Noise Marines are still in play, being chased by the Lord Commissar. Here comes Rambo to assist the counter push. Dark Archon also here. Could get a triple push through the mid. Nice stomp from the Sentinel. Noob seems to be backing off a bit. Does have Havocs in play. Might need to move them up or reposition them or something. Not really having an impact at the moment. 360 to 500 on the VPs. Noob with some more Chaos Space Marines, by the way. Double CSM and Havocs. Dark Archon goes tier 2 for the quick Chimera, you would think, but these days maybe it's for a quick Primaris Psyker. Chaos Lord with a Combi Flamer, and here comes the Dark Halo. So you might see Harness of Rage to help power the Dark Halo's shield. Combi Flamer always useful against all factions, but especially the ones where you can pick off models quickly. Models of light infantry. These Marines getting too close to a heavy bolter. Gonna get the VP, I think, but not sure they can hold it over here, Kata. Need a bit of support. I see Desk making their way over to the west side, but it might be too late. They do get the VP. And then retreat. Chaos Lord still in play. Getting some shots on the Sentinel. Here comes the stomp. Nope. Faked it out. Faked me out. Dark Halo is up. Stomp there on those heretics, so that's for sure. And Inquisitor gets the decap. Here comes Desk, cut off by the Lord Commissar, aggressively getting into melee there. Nicely done. Any war gear we can see, aside from the Chaos Lord stuff. Crossbow, bolt pistol we saw, power sword we saw. We have melter guns up for the Lord General, and Stormtroopers with assault kit can be buffed by fight harder. 351 to 491 on the VPs. Some Nurgle-like worship. Got full gens over there for the Blue Chaos team. Sneaky Stormtroopers opening up after the grenade with a barrage of overcharged lasguns. Holy crap. Almost wiped out those Havoc fellas. And now we have Missile Launcher Sentinel and Plasma Gun Guardsman. A firefight suddenly got way more dangerous for Noob over here, even with Nurgle Worship, even with cover. Plague Champion getting quite low here, levels to 2. Need some Raptors or something. They're just getting outshot at the moment. The Lord General has lost his retinue. They are reinforcing in the field. 25 wreck. Oh, but not while he's retreating. 320 to 491. Plague Champion almost falls. Guardsman did drop a bunch of models. CSM with a Tone of War able to stand their ground. They did okay, considering what they're up against. I guess the Havocs didn't do okay. Chaos Lord persuaded to leave the fight. Might get their power bash now. We have an auto cannon up for Incubator. Also getting the refractor field. Such a great upgrade for your setup team to have. Knockback immunity. So good Doom Bolts. Gonna run into the auto cannon. There's a grenade barrage. Scares off the heavy weapon squad. Everything else gets away cleanly. And stubbornness is in play for the Lord Commissar. So they bash the gen, decap the wreck point. Blastmaster Noise Marines up now for Kata. Desk to keep him with the Sonic Blaster for now. And nothing wrong with that. It's a weapon that scales quite well, I think. Shutting down ranged weapons always very useful. And a damage versus infantry is always good. Lord Commissar taking tons of damage, throws the shield up, and still goes down, I think. Yes, does go down. That's a lot of damage. A lot of damage pretty quickly there. 274 to 491. Sizable VP lead for Imperial Guard. There you see burn, and the Blastmaster shot coming in. Manticore set up by the crippling volley. Nicely done by Rambo. That was their Manticore as well. We also have Excruciators in play for the Assail. Another way to frustrate this Chaos Lord, who went Armored Inferno, of course. So they didn't get Harness of Rage for the Dark Halo energy shenanigans. There's that Manticore, heavy bolter getting shots in. Only 325 hit points on this thing. Any type of hard AV takes down the Manticore pretty damn quick. Lord Commissar falls over. Did he die in melee to the Noise Marines? It was probably the CSM that shot him down. I mean, it was It wasn't the cleanest push, but they got the VP. That's what Chaos does. Just brute force pushes into your face. Getting their power bashed on the east side. Marco Zinc CSM for noob. Oh man, they got hit hard. Just CSM and Heretics here. Havocs are down, Plague Champions down, their other CSM are down. Look at this. I mean, this was the firefight we saw. Maybe those CSM that stuck around went down eventually. While I was watching that west side, I got Bloodletters in. The desk. Teleporting demons with power melee Hellblades. Huge DPS output. And they can phase out to avoid damage. Benefited greatly by Worship. And the Rod of Warpfire I'm spotting here. 263, 255, 2-1 for Chaos. Can they stabilize here? Plague Champion's going to get revived. Bunch of XP for the Chaos Sorcerer. And a Chaos Dreadnought on the way for noob. Dark Archon already has an autocannon on the east side. We have one here as well from Incubator. Double Manticores now for Rambo. That's pretty cool to see. Inquisitor might get a kill. Gets it. I was going to say maybe they should pop Hammer of the Witches to get that, but they got it. Slaughter used by the Chaos Space Marines here. Drawing their chainswords as well. An option they have while Slaughter is active is to go into this melee mode. Gives them some health regen and actually some pretty good melee damage too. Chaos Lord seems to be permanently on ranged stance here with his combi flamer. CSM do get away. Inquisitor fell over. Pretty good, let the galaxy burn. But the Blastmaster Noise Marines was a tough loss. Desked does have a Blastmaster of their own, pushing the southeast power. Bashing gens. Bloodletter's doing some good work as well, but they grab a stomp to the face. Sentinel almost level 3. He's done well here for Dark Archon. Incubator still has theirs as well. With missile launcher. Both of them. Uh-oh. Marco Zinc CSM do huge amounts of damage to a Sentinel. All of that Inferno PvP damage going onto a single entity that's heavy infantry is painful. Sentinel's unique in that they're vehicles with heavy infantry armor. So small arms fire can deal with them. As it expects, since they're a tier 1 unit, we've got Plague Marines up with their snaring missile launcher. Tier 3 for Dark Archon. Maybe they're going to just push through and try to get onto those Manticores. It's a good power bash. Autocannon doing some good work here. Chaos Lord level 3 certainly has picked off plenty of models with the combi flamer. 2-1 though for Imperial Guard again. More plasmas. See, plasmas all round. Almost. All but one of the Guardsman squads has plasma guns now. Multi-laser turret needs to be taken out. There we go. This is the Chaos Dreadnought of noob, and they're getting another Chaos Dreadnought. Tier 3 for desk. Manticore strike with the crippling volley again. I mean, what can you do? Probably could have stayed in play, those guys, but got to either take the hit or retreat out of it. Chaos Lord falls over. Got too close to a whole bunch of plasma and las guns and stuff. Level 4 Inquisitor's done well so far on this west side. Level 2 Lord Commissar, Bionic Eye. And we have a level 3 Lord General. Plague Chamber's level 2, no war gear though. Looks like the Commissar's going over to the west side immediately. Not sure what the idea behind Bionic Eye is. Usually you see it with Catachans or with Ogrins. Maybe they plan to get Ogrins and turn them into Ogrins in tier 3 or something. No sign of the Psyker though, which is sad. Sentinel getting shot to pieces and goes down. Marco Zinc CSM do not mess around. When they can plant their feet and shoot, they do heinous amounts of damage. Is that Terminators? Must be Terminators from desk. Yep, there it is. These guys can get their autocannon and just tear through these guardsmen and demoralize them as they do it. But Commissar gets a level from the revive. I hear autocannon on the other side of the map. Double dreadnoughts here with the autocannons of their own. Take down the Sentinel. Gonna need a lot of repair support. They only have a single heretic squad, but a Plague Champion can also repair. Going for a late game Bile Spewer. Not what you'd expect to see against Imperial Guard. Maybe you'd expect to see it against Orcs. because it's good for knobs or something. Got fetid armor here. This was nerfed a bit in 298. He doesn't suppress stuff for quite as long now, I think. 163 to 432. Sizable VP lead still in for the guard. But Commissar's been doing well. Choosing targets, choosing times with his little pushes. CSM need to turn and shoot that guy. There we go. Marco Zinc CSM getting themselves out of the position for desk. Getting into melee with the guardsmen, but they're taking plasma, and they've also got a pissed off Lord Commissar on them. I guess there's nothing to stop them using Inspired Determination on a ranged squad as they did there. But typically, because of the speed bonus, you'd see it on a melee squad. It does stop you from retreating as well while it's active. There we go, they can retreat now. Manticore Strike, ouch. Set up by a sail there. The Inquisitor can do very, very painful things to Terminators because they can't retreat out of her control abilities. Plague Marines are looking for the Manticores, I guess, are they? Nope, they run away. Trying to set up on the west side now, the guard. They might need to start pushing the mid, the Chaos team. 2-1 for them. And now it's going to be a 2-1 for the guard. Raptors on the way for Kata. A decent shout, I think. Can get in amongst and suppress these double guardsmen, who are fully upgraded now with their Commissars and their Sergeants, reinforcing 3 at a time off the bunker and shooting you to crap with some plasma guns. They get 3 of them in the squad. 24 DPS-ish for the whole squad of the plasma. That's just plasma. Lord General, no war gear, or no further war gear. No further retinue fellas either. 153 to 397. Triple Chaos Dreadnoughts for noob. And there's some repairs for this guy. Got the Bile Spewer in. Fantastic weapon that can debuff and really slow down stuff if you can hit the Bilious Discharge. Decent damage output as well. Contested Power Eastern Edge. Getting bashed. Maybe noob is going to push the mid a bit. Doesn't want to send those Chaos Dreadnoughts too far forward though. Bloodletter's getting in, phasing out, drawing fire. Where are the Terminators? They're still healing up at base. Wow, they took a lot of damage. Raptors jumping in. There's the suppression, but it doesn't suppress the guardsmen. It only suppress the heavy weapon squad, and they're taking huge amounts of plasma damage now. Manticore moves up. Manticore Strike on the Blastmaster. Getting some good hits. They could still set up and fire though. Oh! Imperial Abyss takes out one of the Manticores and actually does a lot of good work while I was watching the Noise Marines, and those guys retreated right into it. That's a really good nuke from Kata. 125 to 397. The Raptors did get away. Auto cannon getting free shots on those CSM there. Those CSM got messed up as well. Trying to cap the Marco Zinc CSM, level 4. Dreadnoughts showing up. Can they get the Manticore? It's right there. Showing its rear armor as well. Crippling volley isn't going to slow down the Dreadnoughts. They should get this done here. Down goes the Manticore. A lot of power spent on those 2 Manticores for Rambo. But they're still in tier 3 with a good chunk. Great unclean one on the way for desk. There's the other. All 3 of them here now. Awesome. Now have Mucus Discharge for the Plague Champion too. Go for VP, says Incubator. Did I call those termies, says Rambo. Not sure what they mean by that. I'll call out that they're in the game maybe. Baneblade on the way for Dark Archon. I assume it's going to be sent to the west side, but they might try to push mid with it since they are the eastern player. Raptors have an aspiring champion now, giving them the heavy melee Demon Maul. They should be jumping this stuff, but I guess they're waiting for the Chaos Lord. Here he comes with that rumbling combi flame of theirs that they're going to see burn. And there's the jump. Get some suppression. Didn't get both of them though. Tearing through those guardsmen pretty quick. Could maybe kill the Lord General here. Oh, they can't jump again. There's the Doom Bolts. Nasty Doom Bolts. Autocannon gets caught. Oh no, gets specialed. It's going to go down here. Retreating units taking 30% more melee damage, which is why it's so painful for that special to go off before you hit retreat. 125 to 282. The Dreadnoughts be marching. There's the Great Unclean One coming towards the west side for Desked. Super unit for Chaos. Passively damages nearby enemies. Good in melee and has some nasty abilities too. Another Baneblade on the way for Incubator and a Stormblade for Rambo. They are heavily depleted though. They've had some rough fights and they're choosing to try to recover with some super heavy tanks. We'll see if it pays off. Could see a bunch of Mark Rosin's Dreadnoughts though. Dreadnought's doing some good work so far. Get a kill there. Baneblade will do a lot of damage to a Dreadnought, of course. They do have some decent repair support. Where are the Heretics of Noob? They're right there. Rocket Run. Not sure who that was. I'm guessing it was Dark Archon. Decent hit on the first one, but the second one didn't do much. Great Unclean One going in on the Baneblade now. Got a couple of hits in, and then it backs away. Stormblade will be up next. We do have a Lehman Russ also for Dark Archon. Could get Vanquisher to help shoot down those Dreadnoughts. The Dreadnoughts are causing problems. More Chaos Space Marines for Noob as well. They're kind of stuck in tier 2, so maybe they want to use this red on some noxious clouds. Oh no, they've forgotten about the CSM completely, and they die. And those guys had, yeah, those guys are Mark of Zinch. Look, you got the little tabards, or whatever you call them. Manticore on the way now for Rambo. Stormblade and the two Baneblades are all up. Looks like Incubator is going straight to the west side. Rambo's already on the west side. There's that Plasma Destroyer Blaster, whatever it's called. Ouch. Big old shot. 125 to 316. Does this thing still have las cannons? Looks like it does. Big old shot there. 2 to 1 for Chaos. And we do have autocannon Chaos Terminators now. Incubator is indeed bringing the Baneblade here. What about Dark Archon? Looks like they're pushing mid with it. Ouch. Stormtroopers getting eviscerated by triple Dreadnoughts. And a turret has gone up. It might be turned into a las cannon turret maybe. Or if it survives, that is. And it doesn't. It goes down pretty quick. Why push, says Desk. That Kata was trying to put some pressure on, and Desk wants to sit back and let them come. 125 to 286. Great Unclean One is being infiltrated. Another Lehman Russ on the way for Incubator now. Good Manticore strike on those worshipping heretics, and there's a sail on the Terminators. Land Raider Phobos on the way for Kata. Do indeed have the Vanquisher upgrade. The Baneblade has pushed through the mid, it seems like, from Dark Archon, Melter Bomb, and now Melter Guns working on the Great Team of the Bloodletters get on them. Can they get on the cap? We haven't seen the big Plasma Destroyer shot yet. Plasma Overcharge, I think is what they call it. Another Lehman Russ for Incubator, and we do have the double Manticores again for Rambo. And they can set up a lot of that good stuff with the Inquisitor, if she was alive, that is. Using her Assail or her Crippling Poison. The Baneblade of Archon comes back to the west side. They got one of the Dreadnoughts down. And now the Lord General with his Commissar buddy in there, bringing the shield in. Gets the decap. Being chased off by CSM in melee. That shield gives a 55% ranged damage reduction. Mainly protects the Lord General though. It's hard to get a bunch of squads in there. Is that double Mark of Zinch Dreadnoughts? It is. So now they've got missile launchers. Noob still in tier 2. I think they should tier up because they can... Nope, more Dreadnoughts. Fair enough. Thought they might want to drop a nuke or something. Double cap now for the guard. Don't blob up, says Rambo. Worried about nukes and stuff, I guess. might be a vital push here for Chaos. They need to get the west side back. Pretty sharpish. Not sure about these triple dreads at this point in the game, but they might be amazing. You can do AoE suppression with Frenzied Barrage and get some good shots on the Baneblade variants. Phobos takes huge amounts of damage immediately. Holy crap. Have an Execution Leman Rush there. Big fight brewing. There's that Frenzied Barrage. Great, I'm killing the big old vomit. One of those is a repair bunker, and one of them's a medical bunker, I believe. Manticore Strike on the CSM. Stormblade backing off. Dreadnoughts are getting las cannon. There's a las cannon heavy weapon squad back there. Down it goes. A rocket run as well. Great, and King One's almost down. Desk might be able to teleport it out, maybe. Oh no, the Sorcerer's right there. Great, and King One's done for. Yeah, needed to retreat the Sorcerer earlier to get the warp out. They held the line. The super heavy tanks held the line, and that might be it for the blue team. That might be it. You're going to see another Mark of Tzeentch Dreadnought. The Phobos took a battering and just moved away. You see a Noble Shrine as well. There's that Frenzied Barrage. They just can't outshoot the Baneblade, I don't think. And the Stormblade. There's the big Plasma Overcharge. Does disable the weaponry for 5 seconds afterwards. You see the electrical effect there on the model. Melter Gun Stormtroopers being sneaky. There's a Melter Bomb that Dreadnought's done for. 2-1 for the Chaos Space Marines. They grabbed the red team's natural. Was it you guys? It might have been these fellas. Need to grab it back. Noob is down to just Heretics now. All their Dreadnoughts are down. Lord Commissar with a Fist of Brockus getting stuck in. Dark Archon's Baneblade taking quite a lot of damage here. More Terminators for Desk. Heretics fleeing. There's a Hell Fury dropped in. Just to make sure the shrine is down, I guess. More guardsmen for Rambo. Wants some more repair support, I guess. 38 to 226. Manticore hits nothing, which is weird. Maybe those guys teleported out of it when they saw the marker. Sorcerer now level 10. Holy crap. If these Raptors had a bit more support, they might have been able to get that done. Plague Marines get a shot in. But I think the Chaos Space Marines are done for. We do see a little force here from Desk going through the mid, but that's a lot of VPs to make up. Noob now getting Havocs up. I really do think they should have gone tier 3. Dropping a nuke in that big push would have been amazing. Dropping an Imperial Abyss. Look at Incubator floating resources now, getting some Kashyyyk up. Phobos loses 1v1 against the Baneblade just because of the difference in health as well. Down to 9 VPs. But Desk got the decap. Ouch. Oh boy. Terminator's got wrecked by the... Must have been a sail into a Manticore. And of course the Leman Russ. There's now Crippling Poison. Crippling Poison, Crippling Volley. Lord Commissar on capping duty. Should be able to get it done. And that might be game. Oh, Imperial Abyss from Kata, the second Cornate Imperial Abyss we've seen. There's the 2-1 again. And I think that's going to be it. The red team were really depleted at one point. But the triple super heavy tanks did some really good work for them. Noob's Dreadnoughts were fun to see, but they probably should have gone tier 3 against the Imperial Guard. Tank backline here. A couple of bunkers up as well. It was a tough nut to crack, but I think they could have done it with Noob's extra nuke or something. It doesn't seem like they used any of their red whatsoever. But there you have it. Big thanks to these players for sending in a faction war. Not sure exactly who it was, but I appreciate it. It was a fun one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.